Passionately Intrigued Arts, and this is Tracy. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for stopping by. What I have come to realize with all this sewing that I'm doing here lately is that I need a Tailor's ham pillow, or called dressmaker's ham. And what it is, it's a tightly stuffed pillow used as a curved mold when you're pressing curved areas of clothing, such as things that have darts, sleeves, cuffs, collars, waistlines, um, and pressing on a curved form, allows the garment to better fit the body contours. And it seems to be necessary now because it's kind of difficult to iron curves on flat surface. So I am making one. And I'm just using scraps, and I'm doubling the material because you have to fill it with sawdust or scrap material that can withstand heat, or you can use clean sand. And I don't have anything but perhaps clean sand, and I hope I have enough to fill it. Or I might be filling it at a later point. But getting back to this, I'm using scrap pieces. This, and I'm doubling it because, like I said, you need tightly woven material so nothing seeps out or comes out. So I have scraps, this thick cotton material that's woven pretty tightly. That's going to be the outside, which is on the inside now. And then I also have used, this is a scrap piece of, this was a hoodie. This is the hood from a hoodie that I um, took off one of my hoodies because I just didn't like it on the hoodie. Um, and so I cut this out, didn't use a pattern, just, I guess it looks like a ham. It doesn't have to look like a ham. It could be anything just with curves. And I'm going to sew this together, leave an opening so that I can fill it with whatever, probably scraps. I do know I do have scraps to fill it with. We'll see what I fill it with in the end. But let me get started sewing now. So I'm going to use like a 1/2 inch seam. I want to use a little more than a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to use a 1/2 inch seam. I've got red thread in here. I really don't care. I'm not rethreading my machine for this Tailor ham. So let's get started. Back stitch. And remember, I'm going to need to leave an opening to stuff this thing. Yeah, I've got red bobbin and red thread, but it's okay because this is for me and it's just to help me when I need to iron curves. So I'm going to trim around this seam or make some darts in it and turn this inside out. Yeah, I'm going to trim it. Actually, I'm not going to trim it. I'm going to do darts. Because the more material on the inside, the better. So I can leave the material of this seam on the inside. I'm just going to cut some lines in here all the way around. About every inch or so. Making sure not to cut through my stitching. Well, I decided to trim it. I trimmed all the way around except for trimming where the opening is. So I'm going to turn this inside out now, right side out. And I believe, I hope I left enough room. I'm going to, I don't know, I'm going to look and see if I have enough sand. If not, I'm going to be using fabric pieces. But you have to stuff it really tight in order to form a tight pillow with curves to help you iron. There we go. It's not very big, but it'll be big enough for what I need it for. All right, let me find what I'm going to stuff this with, and I shall return. I have tons of scraps, so what I'm going to continue to do off camera is cut up all these scraps into fine pieces, and that's what I'll be using to stuff this Tailor's ham with. All right, that took me about 10 minutes. I got all kinds of scraps cut up here. I'm going to start stuffing this pillow, and I'll see if this is enough, and I'll be back after I have stuffed it. So I've got my Tailor's ham stuffed. That was a lot of cut up fabric scraps, and I sewed it together. Let me just clean it off a little bit and show you how it works. Now, I'm sure I know I saw Unbiased LLC make one of these, but I couldn't find her video. She made a ham, sewing ham also. But let me just try to show you. So this is a curved seam. And with this Tailor's ham, sewing ham, whatever you want to call it, I'm able to put that curved seam onto one of these ends, and it fits best here, it looks like. And so I'll open up the seam, pull it a little tight, and I'll be able to iron this seam down along this curve. And it makes a difference as opposed to trying to iron this on a flat surface. So I can just do it like that. Whereas if you try, you see, to do this on a flat surface, it's a lot more difficult because it's curved. Yeah, I can barely get it up in there. We're just putting a lot of wrinkles in there. So then you can also, once you have it flattened out, your curve flattened out, you can turn it on the right side and do the same thing if you want to press it down a little more. So just put it on one of the curved surfaces. Take your iron, smooth it out. There you go. And then there's a longer end for something smaller. You can use this with hats, sleeves, a lot of different things you can use it for. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Hit that like button. I would appreciate it. You know, the thumbs up, and leave a comment. Let me know if you made one of these, if you plan to make one, if you sew. It definitely will help out. And we'll see you next time, which will be soon. Have a great rest of your day, night, morning, whatever it may be for you. And peace and love. I'm out.